that ride for a minute. Yes, yes, yes. What is good, my people? Welcome back to Computer Music Academy's weekly homework podcast. I'm your host, Tashira Say. Thank you for watching and thank you for listening. Welcome to week 146. Damn. Of the weekly homework assignment / podcast. Shout out to my man, Dunsworth, for that incredible intro. Using that for the rest of November, then moving on to something else. Shout out to the packed chat room. We got a full house tonight, yo. Looking good. Thank all of you for rocking with us and being a part of what we do every single week. We do this every Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Facebook.com/Computer Music Academy, and we post the replay, the high quality version of the broadcast. We post the replay, the high quality version of the podcast on ComputerMusicAcademy.com and YouTube.com/Computer Music Academy the next day. Let's get some shouts out here, man. Woo, feeling good. Shout out to J Mitch, J Bishop. RTO's in the building. NoOne's in the building. QB, Quentin Barrett, AS, Agent Smith, Dixie Freely, my wife Samaya, Slade 5000 is in the house. My dude. Miss Tiffany, Jelani Beats, DJ Lock Ternal, JPAS, Miss Sarah, Dunsworth, Miss Lena, and a few other people that I haven't seen check in just yet. Welcome to all, though. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What are we doing? Well, you know, we as musicians, we have our strong points. We have the stuff that we have no issues cranking out, doing on whatever type of basis it is, be it a weekly, a daily, anytime somebody asks us to do a beat or we feel like doing a beat, we have no issues with that. But with those strong points come weak points or weaknesses, and not necessarily saying that you are a weak person or weak musician, but you have stuff that you just have not fully developed. And that's what we're tackling this week. Weaknesses, stuff that we are not strong or as confident with. And I think this one is going to be a heater. We actually have 9 submissions this week. And what I asked in the assignment is for people to be honest with themselves. What do you feel you do not do well? And we are going to tackle those tonight with these submissions. Starting off with a gentleman who's hanging out with us in the chat right now. Shout out to him, my man. This is week number 2 for him, if I'm not mistaken. My dude, Wappa Chopper. second submission to the WHA. My man, Wappa Chopper. Woo, good Lord. I want to say around the St. Louis area. I could be wrong, but I think he's definitely from that area. So like I said, this is all about weaknesses. And what's so crazy is like when the track actually hit, the chat lit up. The chat lit up. And shout out to QB. What he says is, I hear everything. That's exactly what he was working on. Working on mastering quality using Pro Tools and compressed with some effects. Also, never sampled a full song before. Usually take just a sound or two. This is the first beat I've sampled fully. Thank you for all the tips you guys give me at CMA. And boom, there it is. There it is. He's working on his mixing and sound quality and mastering. And honestly, sounds damn good. Oh my God, that joint right there, just as a track alone, damn good. I love the sample that he used and how he used it, the different chops and all of that kind of stuff. Drums were on point, but as far as what he was trying to tackle with the sonically, yeah, I think he handled his business. Because I'm looking at the wave right now. Now, the one thing I do need to point out, Wap, I don't know if you meant to do this on purpose or what, but there's only one wave, which means this is probably a mono track. But for a mono track, it sounds damn good, my man. It sounds damn good. I'm looking at the quality of the wave, how thick it is, how everything doesn't seem to be just black. When you got it like that, you're doing it wrong. And he did an excellent job from what I'm seeing and hearing. And I believe the chat agrees. So shout out to that, my man. Good Lord, that was dope. I need more of that from you, my man. Thank you. All right, let's keep it going. Holla at this dude we hadn't talked to in a couple of weeks, and he's been actually hiding out in the chat. I don't know if he's here right now yet. But my man, Andre77. Yes, sir. Andre. Oh, as soon as that track hit, oh Lord, that joint is fire right there, dude. Good Lord. He said, I wanted to improve on making organic music and working on different melodies. There it is. My man. I think you did very damn good. I think it's needless to say because the chat is on point right now. And cats are like, yeah, this is definitely dope. Actually, who was that? I think that was QB that says Nas is calling online too. Yeah, Nas will body that track. But I liked everything that had happened in this track, man. Sonically, it sounds great. I don't know if you were actually working on your mixing and EQing and stuff like that, but it sounds damn good sonically. So props on that. But all the different musical elements you had here, as far as the like the keys, the drums, especially that snare on point. Bass line, I think you had like some pads or something else in there. When everything came together, it sounded very damn good. And you had a couple of different like you say, a couple of different melodies or sequences, a couple of breakdowns and change ups. I mean, overall, very well done, well structured, mixed very well. All of the points, all of the key factors are there, my man. So props to you for that. Good Lord, that was dope. Thank you, Andre. My man. Way to kill it. Now, you got to come back more often. Let's do it. Thank you, my man. All right, let's come up to Metro Detroit. Holla at this guy. My man, your man, NoOne, you know. This guy, NoOne, dog. First of all, well, before I go there, my man, NoOne, you know, that was dope. That was dope. This dude loves a freaking bounce. If you've listened, you've been watching the podcast for a while, he has his best tracks to me, I would say, has like a certain bounce to him, dude. I love it. This track was sick. Woo, that was dope, my man. He said, I was supposed to focus on my weakness. I struggled a lot with chopping samples. turned a Bob Marley No More Trouble sample. Turned to Bob Marley's No More Trouble sample. Created a couple of different patterns and laid some drums. Well done, my man. Well done. I really like this. The bounce was there. I like all the drum sounds you used. The hats were on point, sequence very well. The different chops or sections of the song you used, very nice. Very nice. I love how you used that joint. And I know I've heard that song before, and hearing it, how you used it, very well. I like the way you EQ'd it and just made it work. You made it fit with your beat. That's what it's all about when you're chopping. And I was talking to one of our other members and, one of the newer members of the collective, Blessed Girl. I was talking to her today about that kind of stuff. It's basically about getting that joint to do what you want it to do within your beat. And I give props to NoOne for actually making that work. And yeah, the chops are definitely coming along. I look at the stuff that you've been doing, or I should say the stuff that you did when you first got here. What was that, back in like May, I want to say, up until now. Yeah, on point. You are definitely progressing. You are constantly submitting and participating, every week or every other week. And that's a good thing. It's all about the practice. It's all about taking the challenge and developing your skill. And if this was your weakness as far as building on your chops, well done, my man. Definitely we got some more stuff to do. And you can get with me anytime. I'll be glad to help out. But this was dope, my man. Very, very nice work. Shout out to you. Real quick. This is the first time this has ever happened. So I have to do this live during the taping of the podcast. Shout out to our new member. It took him a while to get here. But my man, Agent Smith, is now officially CMA family. My dude, welcome, sir. Welcome, welcome. I just got the email. He must have just said during the podcast, okay, screw this. I got to get in here, dude. So welcome, my man. Thanks for coming through and hanging with us. Let's get some quick shout outs, man. We got DJ DMan in here. Wade just walked in the building. I saw someone else. I saw Moises. What's up to him? There was another gentleman that was in here. I can't find him now. But welcome to everybody that's rocking with us today. Appreciate y'all coming to hang with us. Be sure, if you're watching this right now live, be sure to get your likes in before the end of the show. And I make sure I give you a shout out because we always like to show appreciation to the people that come to rock with us. So yeah, shout out to all of you who are hanging with us tonight. All right, let's keep it going, man. Let's get over to this guy who has been handling his business as of late. My man, JPAS. Yo. CMA has a history of having pretty dope, like hip hop cats who do hip hop very well. We're more samplers, and a lot of us can, do instrumentation and do it pretty well, even though we're not classically trained, blah, blah, blah. But we normally end up getting a couple of cats that are just exceptional, especially when it comes to the instrumentation and whatnot. JPAS is another one of them, man. This dude is insane. And RTO just said it best about his music is beautiful. It is, dude. It's just something about listening to a JPAS track. And we've had what, 5 now, I believe. This is dope, man. This is incredibly dope. This was an interesting challenge. One thing that I feel that I need to improve on is my change ups, specifically chord changes, whether it's a B section or a bridge. I have done a lot of them in my music, and that I have been pleased with. But there's been way more times I leave them out because I'm not satisfied, or they just don't feel right. So for this, I added 2 chord changes, change ups, and bridges. I think it came out pretty well. This challenge forced me to finish it in a certain amount of time. My man, you absolutely killed that. That is a beautiful track. I'm going to continue to use that. Shout out to RTO for that adjective. That is a beautiful track, dude. Good Lord. Sir, thank you for being a part and participating. Good Lord. Woo! All right, let's head down south and holler at this guy, my man, DJ DMan. Yes, sir. Originally from New York, now down in South Carolina. Or is it North? I keep forgetting. One of the Carolinas. My man, DJ DMan. Bruh. You know what? I think we had a conversation. We were watching someone's live stream on Facebook a few days ago. And he says, as I previously stated, working on sequence and song mode, or the structure of it, which is really due to learning the new software. He actually uses the Machine MK2, but then he ended up buying the MPC Studio, I don't know, maybe about 3 months ago. And he's been working on that. He got the black one too. That joint is nice. He and Gigahertz have that, as far as I know. And Blessed Girl still has the version 1, the silver one. But that black one looks. But yeah, coming from all analog, I'm progressing in this thing. Oh, I'm progressing, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I would definitely say you're doing very well, sir. Shout out for the overall sound of this track. There's one thing I've kind of kept quiet is over the last few weeks I've had to like decrease the volume on his tracks because they're a little hot. But this week it sounds perfect. It sounds pretty damn perfect. So he's working on the mastering, obviously, and trying to find the right volume. And I'm looking at the wave, everything looks good there. As far as what you actually did with the song, loved it. Loved the drums and that clap snare or rim shot clap, however, stupid. The rolls in that joint, really dope. Bass line, all of that stuff was in there sounding really dope. I like the change ups. I like it. Overall, it's a very dope track, DMan. I absolutely love this. And you continue to progress in, in what you do over there as far as messing around with I'm sorry, with the studio, and as well as your music overall is getting a lot better, my man. It's not to say you weren't dope already, but now it's like you're getting more comfortable because I saw you posting up a lot more beats this week, and you opened up the YouTube channel again. So, my man, I'm watching, and I love what I'm seeing. So, thank you, my man, for participating. Excellent, excellent work, my man. All right, let's head over to the Midwest. Holla at this guy. He and his wife in the chat. Shout out to both of them. My man, Dixie Freely.
ask me out?
Am I dreaming now?
Does a lady have to ask twice?
No. No, please. Oh, please, twice. Please, please. Shit.
This guy, Dixie Freely. Stupid, dog. You know what? There's a recurring theme in this particular podcast, and it's kind of like every week, but in this one in particular, it's talking about cats who, when they came in, and they've been here for a while, like in the case of NoOne, in the case of DMan, in the case of Dixie. When cats first came in, they were actually okay. They were making pretty dope stuff, but they have just continued to evolve and progress, and just now they're doing really, really dope stuff with their music. And again, Dixie is right in that group, man, and he continues to kill it. Here's my submission for the week. When talking to you 6 months ago about joining CMA, I stated that my sample game was barely a coin toss. I wasn't sampling at all prior. I wasn't sampling at all prior to joining CMA. I think I have gotten a lot better with the assignments over time, but I feel I still have a long ways to go with learning how to chop, dig for samples, etc. I challenged myself to use nothing but the sample, no organic elements with this assignment. Holy crap. Wow, that was completely sampled? Oh, wow. I used sample toys, effects racked after some of the samples, and he used Angela Bofield's Let Me Be the One, and all the drums came from Machine. Also, I want to give a shout out to, I think it's around the 135. He actually used the sample. I think that was from Golden Child, Eddie Murphy. That's one of my favorite movies. Well, anyhow, yo, this was dope. This was very dope, Dixie. Love the drums, love how everything felt. The sample, the Angela Bofield joint, I gotta go back and listen to that. All of that was in there, and jeez, dude. This dude got multiple parts out of that joint. Had a few different sequences, had some drops, change ups, had, filters and stuff like this. Good Lord. And once again, I'm looking at the wave. The mastering and the mixing on this joint is excellent. And I know that's a big thing with Dixie because he uses a lot of really dope plugins like Eventide stuff and Steven Slate stuff and so on. So it's definitely showing, bro. It's paying that stuff. Your investment in that stuff is paying off, and your investment in CMA is paying off because your music, dog, for real. Excellent work, my man. Excellent, excellent, excellent work. That was dope. Whew. All right, let's go back down south. And you know what? Before I do that, hold on. Let's do this real quick. Haven't shouted out a couple of people that I've seen in the chat. Shout out to my man Ray D3000 who checked in. My man, need to get you back, man. What the hell's going on? You haven't participated in quite a while. Need to fix that. Shout out to Black Mav. We gave a shout out to Wade, I believe. If not, there you go. I saw a couple of other people. Ray Jean in the house. My man, welcome. Disciple Die is in the house. Thanks for coming through. Miss Tara is in the house. Logan is in the house. Thank y'all for hanging with us, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. I think I got everybody there. Cool. All right, let's keep it going. Let's go back down south. Holla at this guy right here, who is like, if I had to choose a poster child for or a person for CMA, it might have to be this dude right here, and I think everybody else agrees. Ladies and gentlemen, my man, DJ Ternal. What needs to be said? It's freaking Lock Ternal. It's Lock Ternal, dog. You know what's really dope about his what he says for his assignment is there's multiple layers that he wanted to work on. I admire this, and I'm gonna break them all down. Weakness 1. I usually try to produce from a genre, and I think that I usually try to produce from a genre, and I think that kind of puts me in a box. So today, no specific genre, it is what it is. Weakness number 2, I made all the synths using Massive instead of using presets at the time. The violins and basses and drums are all still presets. I like that. And Massive is an incredible plugin, dude. Once you play around with that joint and you get into how it actually works, you can get some very dope things done. Trust that. Weakness number 3, mixing. I tried to wait. This dude said mixing. His mixing is always on point. What the hell are you talking about? I tried to mix this as well as I could. Would love another week to get it better. would love another week to get it better, but I will go back. Weakness number 4. I usually produce in minor keys and chords, but this time I forced myself to use majors. Nice. This one is in C major. Also try not to overproduce. I let the feel dictate. I let the feel dictate when it was done. Okay, still not done though. My man, freaking Lock. This dude had multiple layers that he wanted to tackle, and that's a good thing. If you can literally sit there and be honest with yourself and say, you know what, I'm great at this, but this over here, I need to work on. That's what it's all about. Is being honest with yourself. That's really what it's all about. Is being honest with yourself when you're dealing with this. All of this is part of evolution and honing your craft and being versatile. That's the reason why we do so many different things or styles or genres. Is so somebody comes at you and you can do specific things for specific purposes, be it an R&B or definitely a hip hop or electronic track, or somebody wants you to produce something for a commercial or a movie soundtrack, blah, blah, blah. So that's what this is all about when we do the homework assignment. And, I'm constantly trying to come up with new challenges for people to grow, to help them grow. So Lock delivered with that, my man. Sickening. Absolutely sickening. Man, let's go out to the West Coast. Holla at this man right here. Oakland's finest, RTO Beats.
RTO, the fresh maker.
Assignment number 146. I guess we gotta go and tackle some of our weaknesses. Mine is rapping, so I'm gonna wrap my mind around the flow to this track. I hope this shit ain't whack. I'm thoroughly excited, cause spitting on my own beats is something I've been fighting. And writing never been my strong point. I hope that this is on point, cause I wanna hold it down for my people. CMA. Where the beats come to play and we be coming with that heat like every day. Or better yet, every week with the music that's sweet. And if you try to go against us, better know it's defeat for you.
Dixie wins.
Woo! Blaze! Blaze! Good Lord. Jeez, dude. Are you freaking serious, RTO? This guy. So, my weaknesses. Playing chords on push. He actually uses the push 2 for the majority of his productions. Playing chords on push and doing it without step recording them, meaning using the step sequencer or actually playing a little bit, then you go back and play the rest and go back and play the rest until you build up a full sequence. Playing drums that sound more live. Another weakness. Those were the main ones I wanted to tackle, plus some other stuff. How did I do? Plus everything was done with push 2. Bruh. First of all, let's talk about the track. The music itself. The keys in that joint. He played all of that on his push. And for those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, this is a push, Ableton push. It comes with Ableton Live. Well, yeah, it actually comes with Ableton Live when you purchase it. This is the first version. He has the second version. And he uses that to play all his keys. He played the keys and the chords on that joint, as well as the drums. He said he wanted to give him more of a live feel. Excellent. Excellent. Killed it. The sounds, bass line, like I said, the keys, the structure of the song itself, incredibly dope. I think you tackled it. Oh, the other thing is, I forgot about this. You can, and he is using a sustain pedal with this, just like you can with a keyboard or a MIDI controller keyboard. So that's how he's, one of the ways he's actually able to get this stuff down. But let's get to the elephant in the room. This dude actually freaking rapped and was dope at it. And was dope at it. Like, as far as I know, that's his first verse he's ever written and actually, recorded and delivered. I'll say that. Full package. He has been saying, like in our hangouts and when we kick it, that he's been wanting to rap for a while. And this is what he delivers. Oh, my chord's getting caught. Standing ovation. Standing ovation, my man. And now, let's get to this guy right here. The one and only professor of CMA. My man, Mr. Wallace.
Double negative.
Mr. Wallace, closing out episode 146 of the weekly homework assignment / podcast. Really, dude? His is probably my favorite because, as I've said many times before, I've known Wallace for over 3 years now that he's been a member of CMA. And this I would definitely say he would need to work on. And he did. When I thought about my weakness, I thought more about the limitations that I have other than a skill. I challenged myself to produce and mix a joint in 1 hour. Since my biggest weakness, in my opinion, is the speed of my workflow. In my life, carving out an hour here and 30 minutes there is the only way I can make music. So I produced, arranged, and mixed this joint in about 54 minutes. Wow. It is missing some of the staples of my work, but I did get a chance to take some shortcuts in my workflow, like saving some templates and using some of the billion kits that I never use. I also made most of it directly in the DAW instead of using Machine as a standalone, then exporting. I only submitted my first mix out of the box. Now, something I need to know about Wallace, you know, him being a school administrator, teacher, however, and he's very active in his school with the students and dealing with sports and other things. Then he has a family, and then he comes over here and does this. As he said, he kind of does his song in sections, and normally he's one of the last people to turn in his assignment. Another thing that I've brought this up before is he's a let me go back and do it again type of dude. So sometimes, and this is not a bad thing, sometimes I will get like 3 copies of a submission because he went back and tweaked something else and went back again and tweaked something else. To have him do all of this in 1 hour and then get the first mix to me is incredible. Bravo, my man. Bravo. Bravo. This was dope. I liked everything about it. And yeah, it is missing, you know, as he said, some of the staples in his music, as far as like the stutters and, you know, multiple change ups and transitions and stuff like that. Overall, though, the track is still dope. It's still Wallace. You hear that. It's still a Wallace track. And then the track itself, very dope. Like the sounds he used, like what he was able to do within that limited time frame. And this is what it's all about, people. Challenging, being challenged and challenging yourself so you can evolve as a musician. It's cool if you can sit down and make beats within 5 to 10 minutes, but how great are those beats going to be if you constantly do the same thing over and over and over and over and over? No diversity at all. This is what this is all about. So shout out to my mans for doing that and turning it in. This was an excellent podcast. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Shout out to everyone that participated. I'm actually going to shout out everybody right now. Appreciate everybody that rocked with us this evening. I absolutely enjoyed this particular podcast. All of the submissions were on point. Let's get some shouts out. Why don't we? Yes. Shout out to Dunsworth for the intro / outro for the month. This thing is stupid, man. Very stupid. Who we got up in here? Slave 5000. Shout out to my man. Thank you. DJ Lock Ternal, thank you for participating. Dixie Freely, thank you for participating, my man. RTO Beats. Woo! Way to go, my man. Jamari Mack. NoOne you know. Great submission tonight, my man. What up to my man Wade Schumacher, my dude. Thank you for coming back out and hanging with us, dude. Black Mav, Ray D3000, DJ DMan. Excellent submission, my dude. Mr. Wallace. Stupid submission, my man. Thank you. J. Mitch, J. Bishop, Ray Jean, QB, Quentin Berry. Our newest member, Agent Smith. Shout out to you, sir. My wife Samaya is in the building. Jelani Beats, Miss Tiffany, Dunsworth. Thank you for this intro, man. Disciple Die is in the building. Uh-oh. Miss Charmaine is in the building, RTO's wife. Thank you for coming through. Ricardo Marin, thanks for coming through, my man. That's a new name, if I'm not mistaken. DJ Lock Ternal, Miss Tara, Miss Lena, Wappa Choppa, my man. Way to bang out tonight, my man. Good stuff. My man Logan is in the house. Thank you for coming through. JPAS, thank you for coming through. Miss Sarah, and I believe I have everyone. If I missed you, I do apologize. But we do this every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Facebook.com/Computer Music Academy. And we post a replay every Tuesday, or I should say the next day, on ComputerMusicAcademy.com, as well as YouTube.com. And what's going on with my track here? Okay, there we go. And if you would like to be amongst the great talent pool at CMA, come on over to ComputerMusicAcademy.com and join us. It's just that simple. I'm done for the week. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I will talk to you next time. See ya!